just talk about the team's overall performance tonight.
I thought we played really, really well. We've been struggling in the past with coming out strong, and I thought we handled the opening of that match very well. So I'm really proud of us, and we played really hard, and we're really focused and had a lot of touches, and that's what we've been working on all season.
And then for you guys, Gabby made her comeback last night's game. You guys kind of ran a different rotation than even last night. So kind of talk about the adjustments you guys have been making at setter and how that's helped the offense.
We've been working on our different rotations a lot in practice to make sure everybody's comfortable with all the positions they're going to be asked to play. So it's really just that we're really familiar with each other, really comfortable with being on the court with each other. So just since we've practiced all that and everything, it's just been a pretty easy transition for most of us.
And then talk about you on offense tonight. Obviously, you had quite a few kills, so just kind of talk about that and the difference kind of position you played tonight.
I just felt like I played a little bit tougher tonight just because I know it's a rivalry game and, we're at state, and just getting that mindset in my head that I don't have to swing away on everything. I can roll a shot on some, and when I'm setting, I can dump, and just knowing that I'm a bigger part of the offense this year than I have been. So just kind of getting that mentality in my head throughout the season.
And then you guys are awfully familiar with Tripoli. They're pretty much right down the road for you guys. So kind of talk about playing a familiar opponent down here at the state tournament.
Obviously, when you play a team more times, you figure out more of their weaknesses, but then the downside of that is that they figure out more of our weaknesses. So we know it's going to be a tough match coming into the night just because we've seen them so many times and they've seen us. So it's just a matter of trying to fix our weaknesses and trying to exploit theirs.
And then what are you looking forward to in tomorrow's final match?
Just looking for some really good competition, and hopefully we can walk away with being 4-time state champions.
Kind of the keys for this match, going up against an opponent that's so familiar.
We know they are a very strong team, and they played really well last night, and we just had to be able to run our offense tonight and pass the ball, and I think that was the difference. We came up with a lot of digs defensively, turned it into offense, and pass serve fairly well to stay in system.
How important was that early initial run that you hit them with to really kind of establish things there?
Right. It is a confidence builder, if you're making that run, and hopefully can keep it going. And it was a good start for the team.
How tough does that make your team when you have somebody like Lily serving back there and picking up digs to get you into your offense?
Oh, it's tremendous. And Lily did a great job tonight playing defense back there, and kept pressure on it with her serve, and moved it around well, and just came up with some phenomenal digs back there.
Mm-hmm. Tripoli took that first set at your place earlier in conference play earlier this season.
Yes.
Your team just seems like almost is kind of operating with, like a machine, mechanical precision.
Tonight was much better and more consistent. Mm-hmm. We weren't smooth all the way through last night. Had rough starts in 2 of the sets and had to come and play from behind. And tonight, that was much more consistent play from our team tonight, and just a little more rhythm and working together better.
How impressed have you been by that throughout this run now into the 4th year where your team hasn't dropped a set at the state tournament?
They've worked hard for this. They play a lot of volleyball and commit to doing what we asked them to try to prepare for this opportunity, and had a lot of great players come through over those 4 and 5 years to help keep that going.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Shelly.
Thank you.
And then kind of talk about the difference between the first and second set. Score was a little bit closer. What was kind of maybe some differences there?
Great start in that first one, and really just, pretty much dominated, and didn't get shook when Tripoli did, get some great points in there. But second set, it just seemed like, okay, we need to get going, and it's one of those you look up at the score and go, really, it's mm-hmm. that tight. It just, it's a whole different feel, and just little things, here and there that make that difference. But fortunately, they were able to kick it in high gear at the end and take it.
And then tomorrow, the Wildcats have a chance for that 4th straight title, something you guys have been working for all year. So kind of what's it going to take to kind of...
It's going to take a great game, whoever picks up this win on that match going on right now. It's a great team either way, so we got to prepare. And again, you got to earn it, so we have to come out ready to play again and give it all we have to try to reach that ultimate goal.
All right, so just talk about the team's overall performance tonight.
We definitely could have played a little bit better, but we played our hearts out, so that's all you can ask for.
And then talk about the run at the state tournament. Obviously, you guys, had a great one last night, and then you guys played the top-ranked team
for
today.
Sure. I don't know. Our mentality wasn't the best, but we were, I don't really know. It was good, I guess.
And then what's it like playing down at the state tournament with probably a lot of girls that you're close with?
It's phenomenal. It's one of the best experiences you can ever have. So.
And then talk about the year as a whole, some things you thought the team did well, maybe a highlight or two, and just kind of what you're looking forward to on building for future years.
We were always aggressive. We always knew what we had to do and when to do it. So.
They're a great team, and it was super challenging, obviously, with the loss, but there's different things that we could have done differently to maybe have a different outcome. But the girls played their hearts out, and that's all you can ask as a coach.
What were some of the things you felt your team could have done differently out there?
I think just the energy. Janesville's a phenomenal team, and we knew that coming in, and so keeping our energy high, keeping that positive mentality would have been a game changer.
How tough is that for a team when they get off to a start like that?
It can be very difficult, and it takes a lot of practice to get out of that little funk that you're in, but it's something that we'll continue to work on and prepare for next year.
Just as a whole, how would you assess the season and what this group was able to accomplish getting back to the semifinal point?
Extremely proud of them. They've had so much growth. Without getting emotional, they've had so much growth throughout the season. I'm very proud coach.
All right, thanks, Courtney. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And then talk about that first set there, 25-11, I think was what the score was. What was kind of the message you gave the team at that point? Because then they backed back, and it was a lot closer game.
Yeah, we just told them that that's not up. They didn't play up to their potential, and that they can do better. We believed in them, and that we practiced and trained for this day. And they kicked it into gear, and they brought a little bit more energy. They brought their A game, and they limited their errors a little bit more that second game, as you can see, because it was so close.